Welcome to the Automation Car Design Competition. Over 450 entries, 11 categories, and Mr. Regular as a guest judge in his very own special category. The entries will be judged in 2 rounds, the preliminaries and the finals, for each category. The categories span from way back 40s luxury barges all the way to futuristic concept cars. The finals are judged in more detail on a scale from 0 to 10 in the main category and on a scale of 0 to 5 in 4 secondary categories for a maximum score of 30 points in total. At the end, there can only be one to claim victory in the category. Today we shall find out who will win in the 40s luxury barge category. Oh yes, the luxury barges, and here we have the first out of 3 finalists. This is a Dead Puncher Toy 4, and wow, what a look it is. I'm no longer a judge, but I can show you the car and tell you what I think about it. Absolutely beautifully crafted, especially those badges. The grille is spot on, very nice use of the blinkers there. Just this half chrome line finishing at the exact right place before it gets weird with this bulge, and good placement for all the fixtures, nicely crafted. And just look at the rear as well, superb badging. I really like this one, but let's hear what the judges have to say, all 3 of them. Alright, here we get started.
A very good looking masterpiece of the late 1940s.
The Mont Royal makes an immediate impression as a 40s luxury barge. I'm also a fan of the suicide doors.
A car that instantly conveys the feeling of a luxurious barge. Huge grille, nice touches on the front, but a rather empty feeling rear. Add some exhaust pipes, please.
Care has been taken to use the same design cues from nose to tail, although the rear does come off a tad barer.
Design-wise, the car feels the same front to rear, only that the rear lacks the impressiveness of the front.
A massive front grille composition with fine touches on the rear plate holder and taillights. Except for the badge recall, there is nothing more, but it is realistic.
Great arrangement of the badge fixtures, and good care to detail on the rear badging and plate area.
The little flares around the badge and behind the wheel arch are characteristic of the effort poured into the styling. Fantastic!
Interesting use of a taillight fixture for the badge and a lot of tasteful chrome striping.
I love the front grille fixtures arrangement and the rear plate area. Very creative use of the light for the badge and the chrome strips on top of the taillights.
The Mont Royal features a uniquely evocative badge using a taillight and badge combination. There are bumpers on top of bumpers. This is going an extra mile.
The markets are not too fond of this car. Probably they hate the choked 60-degree V8 or the option to do a 3-person cuddle on the rear bench.
Not a good score because of the realistic choices. Didn't help the 16 degrees V8 choked by single carb.
The tech generally fits the bill, as indicated by an OK market score, but it is caught up by a couple of odd choices my counterparts have pointed out. On the plus side, the suspension setup is appropriate.
And here we are with our second finalist, Mr. Chips. This is a big, beautiful car as well, and it looks the deal. I love the grille design overall and how these secondary headlights are inset. It's beautifully crafted. Also how the grille is going all the way to the side to further punctuate like the chrome feel from the sides. Gives it a nice flow with the rest of the car, and just look at this chrome going all the way to the back. Yes, beautifully crafted. In my opinion, way too many lines back there, but overall I quite love the design. Maybe a little bit Yeah, the rear is not quite as strong as the front, in my opinion, but enough of that. Let's hear what the actual judges have to say.
The design is striking and bold, perhaps to a fault. 40s barges have many grille layouts, but this one has gone heavy to the max.
A well-made car with a pompous and bold front, an elegant rear with a tad too much chrome striping, all that underlined with lovely color.
Good looking coupe with a well-made but too bold front grille. The rear is simple and elegant, reinforced by the careful choice of colors.
Heavy is the prevailing aesthetic, swaddled in chrome. Again, the rear ends up slightly barer, but in this case not a grave sin.
The stripes on the rear just don't fit to the car. You cannot add so many vertical stripes and expect it to make it a coherent look.
The bold front and thin rear don't work perfectly together.
Nice chrome detailing on the side and a very bold front.
Refined side chrome and the rear plate, but the whole front composition is too bold.
The boot stripes combined with the body gives a very American feel. Overall, the treatment is slightly simpler.
Creative use of the chromes on the front, but no unexpected use of fixtures.
I will give props to the grille combination for going bold. I also like the subtle two-tone paint.
Overall, a good use of all fixtures available. V12 and handmade interior in a normal luxury car? That's not quite what you expect.
This car overshot the expectation with a massive V12 and handcrafted interior.
But holy smoking tires, what is this engine? Duesenberg fought it 12 years ago. Aside from that, it does the job rather well.
And the final finalist in this category is Viventar, with a very different car. This definitely does look more like a family car, but then it has a 150 horsepower engine. Kind of reasonable, but not all out luxury. And, well, it is very different for the category. It's really nicely crafted. Lots of attention to detail. Not quite as good as Dead Puncher Toys entry, in my opinion, especially with the lines that are flowing, or rather not flowing so much with this one here. And it has some really nice detail and stuff, but yeah, this is a very different entry. I'm not so sure about it, but let's hear what the judges are saying about this one.
This entry is simpler, smaller and more austere than the others. It looks 40s, but does it ooze luxury?
Wow, that's a really good looking premium sedan. Wait, yeah, it lacks some chrome, something fancy, but it's a good design regardless.
The front idea is good, but looks more like a premium car than a luxury one. The front extra lights could have been placed better, but the side is great.
Although somewhat disparately placed, the chrome line ties the elements together from front to back.
A chrome line going from front to rear, and round lamps, but that's it.
Era correct, the only recalls are the side chromes and the hinges. They work fine.
The front plate troubles me because it disrupts the grille and throws the flow off. However, the other details like the RAC badge and the door hinges are a nice touch.
Those hinges, there's a rack badge and the hood ornament. That's great.
Lovely hinges, bonnet ornament and great wrapping of the side chrome around the taillights.
While mostly within the usual scope of each fixture, their usage ensures a strong period-correct aesthetic.
Interesting use of a few fixtures and a cool idea with the rack badge.
Good idea to use the aerial fixture as bonnet ornament and the hinges.
Being smaller, it is lighter, which means being less luxury-oriented but more sporting, though the engine tuning could be improved.
Finally a sane engine. but aluminium body panels and setting off with this first gear must be nightmare.
Aluminium body panels, engine that cuts too early and very long first gear don't help.
Overall, that leaves us with one clear winner, and that is Dead Puncher Toy 4 with his amazing design for the era, spot on, well deserved. A total score of 24.5 out of 30 points. That is massively impressive. A big congratulations to the winner, and of course a big thank you to all participants in Category A. I hope you enjoyed.